I refused to co-sign my mom's mortgage 3 weeks after I turned 18. I just had my birthday in July when my mom Karen and her boyfriend started looking at houses. They found this place about an hour away from where we live now in this town where I literally know nobody. Since I'm living with her rent-free, I figured I didn't get a say in where they moved. Whatever, I'd deal with it. But then she asked me for money. She needed help with the down payment and closing costs. So I gave her $2,800 from my savings account. That was basically everything I had from working at Target for the past year. She promised she'd pay me back once they got settled in the new place. I believed her because she's my mom and I wanted to help. 2 weeks later, she called me while I was at work and said we needed to talk about the house. I could tell from her voice something was up. She told me I needed to put my name on the house title. I asked her why, and she got all vague about it. She said something about how it would help with the mortgage application. Red flags were already going off in my head. I specifically asked her, does this mean I'd be co-signing the mortgage too? There was this long pause on the phone like she really didn't want to answer. Then she finally said yes, I would need to co-sign. I immediately said no. She completely lost it on me. Started yelling about how I never help her with anything, and how selfish I was being. I tried explaining that co-signing a mortgage at 18 could mess up my entire financial future. If they missed payments, it would destroy my credit before I even had a chance to build it. She kept saying it wasn't that big of a deal, and that I was overthinking everything. She said she'd just take my name off later and put her boyfriend's name on instead. I told her that's not how mortgages work. You can't just swap names around whenever you feel like it. She hung up on me. An hour later, I got a text from her. It was long and mean. She said that since she'd paid for me my whole life, she hoped I never had to ask her for help again because she wouldn't give it. She said I was ungrateful and didn't understand how much she'd sacrificed for me. The next day, she told me I wasn't allowed to see my boyfriend anymore. She claimed it was because I'd been in a bad mood lately, and she assumed it was his fault. But I knew it was just her way of punishing me for saying no. She wanted me to feel like I had no control over anything. Here's what really got to me though. My dad had given me $1,000 specifically for college expenses, books, supplies, whatever I needed for community college, since my mom wouldn't let me go away to school. She took that money for the down payment too. When I asked about it, she said she'd pay it back. Then, last week, she told me she wanted to borrow this gold necklace my dad gave me for my 18th birthday. It's worth about $1,000. She needed to give it to her friend as collateral because she was borrowing money from her. I told her absolutely not. That's when she really showed me who she was. She said if I wanted to be an adult and make my own decisions, then I should move out and pay my own rent. I work part-time making $1,000 every 2 weeks. That's not even enough to cover rent in a studio apartment around here. She knows I'm trapped. I offered to help with rent once they move, but she said no. She doesn't want my rent money. She wants my signature on a 30-year mortgage that could ruin my credit if anything goes wrong. Now, she barely talks to me unless it's to remind me how much I owe her for raising me. My $2,800 is gone. My dad's $1,000 is gone.